just believe me. Even if the words don't come out, they're here inside my head. Stuck inside my mouth.
Whoops. Well, I guess we can actually just leave it here. They are actually ready to go, so let's just hop into this first match. Pause the music. Yeah, we're ready to go. Alright, so this will be Utah versus UC San Diego.
Okay.
We have Legacy up for the Utah folk here. Oh, damn it! I knew I was gonna do this.
Wrong overlay?
Yeah, and we didn't even do the 2v2.
Well, in spirit, I guess I don't
In spirit, yeah.
enjoy the overlay, folks.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it for what it is.
It's not as broken as the other one. You can still see everything. It just has a lot of empty dead space, whatever. Oh well. Actually, I guess I can use the other image too. There we go. Alright, here we go. Bottom left has the pink Terran. He is Jumbo Zeus. And he's playing for the University of California, San Diego. And in the top left, as the orange Terran, it's Legacy. Playing for Utah Valley University.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so TVT, and I guess a little bit of rank discrepancy as we get into this first game. Now, I didn't actually catch it on the load screen to see what's going on. But if someone's like, oh, I thought you were diamond, and then like turns out they're not, I mean, okay, first off, that's a little unfortunate for the guy who's perhaps less skilled in the situation. However, I don't think it's not total blind picks, is it? Only the ace match, I thought.
Ace is the only blind pick, but like, at what extent these guys actually study their opponent is up in the air, or even they can even find their opponent.
Anyways, regardless, this is luckily a best of 5 between two teams and not two team players. So, for example, if this was a best of 5 between, hypothetically, a Platinum League player and a Masters League player, that would be really unfair and unfortunate. However, one of the nice things is, okay, maybe you're not so fit for your opponent in this first match, but your second round opponent, your teammates, they can maybe get your back and bridge that difference. Because the other part of it, too, is the other team is burning a very good player on a perhaps less good player. Again, I don't know who's ranked what in this situation, but while it might be quote-unquote a free win, it takes away a win from somewhere else where it might be more importance.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, I just wanted to confirm. So yeah, Legacy is Grandmaster, according to his account, his portrait border. That's why he was a little like, oh my god, I thought you were Diamond. So like, does Legacy let his accounts be played on other people? Like, you know, they aren't supposed to, but let's be honest, people do. I mean, that's, you know, it could be possible. We also had questions if this was pure Legacy. If you guys remember from our 2v2 tournament, actually, which I think is where they first got their popularity, and then they had the spike at the Ting 2v2 tournament, but pure Legacy and
Oh, we should not talk about them, though, because they ended up being confirmed cheaters. So.
Well, exactly. I was going to talk about that. Like, that's why I think he was so concerned. It was not because Pure Legacy ended up being a good player, but because Pure Legacy and whatever the other guy's name is, can't remember.
Larry.
Yeah, there you go. And he was like some, like, you know, it was like human name on a pet, right? Yeah, they ended up not being so upstanding gentlemen.
Are you just thinking Modern Family? Because, like,
what?
That's the only time I've ever heard a pet named Larry.
No, but it's like when you name pets human names, I feel like that's when you just name your accounts like a regular person's name. I don't like it. If you're gonna go and be someone else in a whole different universe called the internet. No, I'm just kidding.
A different universe, you say. Tell me more, Zombie Grove.
Yeah, anyways. The point is he's not. That was actually what we were trying to get to. He's not, but he is a very good player nonetheless, and Jumbo Zeus has a lot to, a lot to own up to here. Not own up to, a lot to rise to? That might be better. He's nothing to own up to, he's done nothing wrong. I swear, cops. That was a little awkward.
That got weird, yeah.
It was as awkward as this engagement where he had to drop his Marines because Vikings found his benefac.
Well, I thought you were talking about the engagement, not about the conversation. But okay, yeah, sure, why not? Apply it to both. The Viking count is a bit strange, of course. We've been seeing really select players go for it. Kind of like what we saw earlier with the Liberator. It really is about player preference more than anything else. But the Vikings being out like this will give a bit of air control, as we can see, just kind of zoning out any medevacs, trying to camp atop of the starport if possible, keep drops from happening, and this keeps Legacy really safe at home.
It is a very odd way to open, though. This is all off of one base. To get 4 Vikings in general this early is a little weird. I guess they got that medevac finally. And he's still on one base, and he's going for double medevac drops. This is the double tank, double medevac drop off of one base, with Vikings coming out first to really establish that air dominance. And this is going to be very hard for anyone to hold. There's just way too many units to expect so early on.
Well, double drops on the left side ready to go out, and once again, Legacy should be set to go with his Viking, I guess, entourage, his escorts.
Unfortunately, this is going to get awkward. I guess the name of this game is the awkwardness, where they're both going to pass each other, but Jumbo Zeus is going to pass into maybe reinforcements, whereas to Legacy, he's going to pass around top of those SCVs, where there's just, those Marines reinforcing.
And this is my favorite kind of drop in the TVT. The Vikings with it is certainly strange and unconventional, but back at home, Legacy is going to have to defend a drop of Jumbo Zeus. So actually doing quite a bit of damage over there.
This is very interesting. Of course, you have an entire command center for a Pink Terran here. This one is about halfway done.
But the interesting and somewhat almost silly thing is if the Vikings go home and they snipe off the medevacs, in fact, if this ends up being a base trade period, Orange could win just simply by lifting and hiding.
Oh my god. Well, definitely shouldn't have lost the command center.
No, certainly not. But the point still stands if Orange here if Legacy wants to lift off and hide around the corner, it's like a cheeky shit. Like, okay, it's a move nobody's going to really approve of, but with Viking control in his favor, Jumbo Zeus could never win the game.
That is a good point. The army supplies are so similar, it is going to come down to maybe a weapon upgrade, first of all, and Jeremy didn't go down, and the actual army fights, which you do have the Vikings for one, which could really help if microed correctly, versus the SCVs on another.
The buildings aren't moving. If the flying buildings start burning, that's it. Now, Jumbo Zeus is going to go back home and try and defend his command center.
That's so dangerous.
I don't know that he should do that in a situation, but without a command center for Legacy, he really will not be producing anything else. So it is an actual base trade in the truest sense of the situation.
Yeah. I think Jumbo could take on this army. He's going to have the upgrade. He's going to have SCVs.
But upgrades are completely irrelevant if there's no medevac support. I mean, the Vikings on the ground could deal with unupgraded Marines fairly easily. It
depends on the Viking control. There's what I said at the very beginning is do the Vikings actually snipe the medevacs before the engagement? Well, then that's huge. They snipe it during the engagement, though they're probably going to snipe it pretty quickly, but still, it's just an extra second or two that would really matter. Are they completely out of position? Well, then that is a large part of Legacy's army just not helping at all. So it's still pretty. It's like he's even actually mining again. He's trying to build up his barracks. Unfortunately, he did send them to the wrong place.
He also has to build a lot of supply depots. I mean, there's a heavy investment in that supply block that needs to be dealt with first. But Jumbo Zeus, I mean, this is technically better for him in his current position.
Yeah.
Legacy's got an army that can fight this, though.
Oh, I love this. Certain. I love this. His engineering bay, of course, didn't go down. That's why he has a +1 upgrade. So he's building engineering or missile turrets to try and help out his position. He's going to make sure that his medevacs are never sniped while they're defending this base, at least.
Well, Vikings landed can certainly add a lot. We're talking about the Vikings in the sky, but let's not forget landed. Vikings have some pretty good damage. Now, unfortunately, this is going to give away the Marines, which is something he cannot afford to do. He needs that cannon fodder. Only one Marine left, goes down. That's only the tanks of the Vikings. And looks like Jumbo Zeus.
Whoa!
Legacy may have been a Grandmaster, and maybe that was the problem. Or maybe Jumbo Zeus was also Grandmaster, just didn't expect to find someone on even footing. We kind of took this from a negative perspective this whole game, but regardless of the situation, I cannot foresee a way that Legacy wins this. Unless Jumbo Zeus, move commands and AFKs?
Yeah, if he, maybe if he had a combination 2 medevacs up, 2 medevacs, or 2 Vikings down, then he would be able to snipe the... Well,
those SCVs into it. That's it.
That's it.
GG, well played. Jumbo Zeus! Well done.
Wow. That's not what we expected. Oh, whoopsie, let's get rid of that.
Which team was Jumbo Zeus?
He was on University of California.
All right, California.
Yeah, so San Diego is the one that's 3-2, and Utah is 1-4, so they actually definitely need those wins. And yeah, I guess we're gonna be going to the next 1v1. I wanted to check out their profiles though. Jumbo was High Masters.
So not crazy, not the craziest thing we've ever seen.
Nope. We High Masters, low Grandmaster. I could definitely see, especially in a base trade. But alright. The next players will be Nosneb for Utah, the Wolverines, versus MIW001 for Piggies Freedom Fighters.
It's actually a cool sounding team name.
Okay, Ruins.
In my mind, I'm just like building up the map intro. Then it's like, all right, nope.
No map intros for you.
It's nice not having to worry about them though. Like legit, not even upset.
Nosneb is AFK. Bomber Fan is MIW001, which I do remember casting before because we were like, is he a good Terran because he's a Bomber fan, or does he just hope to be Bomber one day? Who knows?
I feel like if all it took was being fans of somebody to be as good as said person, it would just take away so much from the players who were good, like the good players in the first place, you know? Like
I guess it's more like will he play like Bomber? Like if you're a Bomber fan, then you would expect their macro to be super the best to their ability, I guess. It's better than their micro, but if you're a Slayer's Boxer fan, then maybe your micro is really good. Which I can tell you is not the case.
I will play faster. They'll call me Bonjour, just like my name was Flash.
But now I'm just Plat.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
Nosneb is not here. He's AFK.
Okay, well, we'll need a moment. I mean, he might actually be watching the stream. This happens a lot on our channel as well, where players are on deck, just want to chill out and watch what's being cast while they wait for their turn. So, give them a few minutes before we get too worried.
Ah, shit. Better than
Yeah, well, I
music
head
than my
back
head.
to... Okay. Ooh, what you eating? It sounds wonderfully crunchy, I must say.
Carrots, baby carrots.
Ugh. Regret.
They're
Disgust.
delicious.
Baby carrots. If only they'd let them be adult carrots, am I right?
No, I've run out of baby carrots before and then tried to eat a peeled adult carrot. That's the same. Really not.
It's like, you know what it is? It's like when you go to Wendy's or something, right? And you get like a Frosty and then you try and make your own at home. It's just never the same. Like,
yeah, I try
like
to
you-
recreate Subway sandwiches all the time. Never
I know,
works.
like the lettuce, like nothing, just nothing. It never works. That's why I go to Subway, man. I remember you and I were talking about this too. You're like, wow, that's a lot of money to spend every day at Subway, right? And I'm like, yeah, but you can't get that that same freshness at home.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm advertising for them. Can we
It
get
does.
a sponsorship from Subway already? God damn it. Rifkin wants him some Subway. Ain't nothing better than a ham sandwich.
I actually don't like ham that much. I used to.
I like
Like-
ham because it's the low-calorie sandwich.
Well, turkey's lower. It should be.
Don't like turkey. Cannot stand turkey.
Okay. Well, that makes
Even
sense.
on Thanksgiving when you drench it in gravy, I'm still not a turkey fan. And that.
Oh, I hate gravy, so that makes sense.
But you hate a lot of good things, so you're
so do you.
you're a unique flower.
You can't call me picky.
I don't know, dude.
Mm,
We're both picky about very strange things too, right? Like you're picky about a lot of things, like TV shows, for example, or such that people would regard as good. Then I'm picky about food that people would regard as good.
I suppose.
We're all unique, picky flowers in our own way.
Sure. But like before, like it's actually a wonder as to how I ever got so, like overweight because when I was a kid, I used to eat the plainest shit and like I didn't like fries back then, and then I learned to like them, and then I realized I actually didn't, so now I'm back to not. So I'd order like go to McDonald's with my family, and I would order like a hamburger. Like I didn't like a cheeseburger. I didn't like anything else on it. Just a hamburger, and no fries.
You hear that clickbait, guys? All I heard was Zomgrip says she thinks she's fat when she isn't. So don't tell her she isn't, guys, because that's what she wants.
Yeah, that's totally what I want.
That's totally what was happening there, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it, Riffin, I swear to God.
Actually, I'm wearing my, I once again have worked out before this.
See, look, she's just rubbing it in like, oh yeah, I can tell, Zombie Grub, yeah, definitely.
So you can
Gosh.
show off my guns, because
So-
I'm totally wearing my, my awesome t-shirt that is like a, what is it called? Like, no, sleeveless or whatever? Yeah, look at
You're-
it. Okay,
You're so transparent. Also, aren't those types of shirts called wife beaters?
No,
Also,
I
I've-
think
I've
a
always
wife beater.
I've always hated that name. It never made sense to me. Not even from like a pro-feminist or like point of view or anything like that. It's just like, why would you name a shirt a wife beater?
We looked this up, remember?
I don't, but it's stupid.
So Marlon Brando wore it in like a Streetcar Named Desire or whatever, and he was a wife beater. So I guess that's what they.
This is horrible. That's not a legacy you want to leave behind. I'm
Right?
just saying.
Like people say so casually too, but no, I think a wife beater has to be like a white, like
Yeah.
ribbed shirt or whatever. But
I mean, the worst part too is like I stereotype it with like I don't know Italians and like The Godfather and things like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But okay, enough of our banter.
yeah,
Things are about to heat up as we get into the second game of the series.
woohoo! It's gonna be on Ruins. Finally, already go. It's TVZ too. Hurrah!
Yep, Masters versus Masters, so no sneaky GMs here.
We don't know. That could have been GM last season. I wonder if there's anything to be said. Like, you know, there are some tournaments that have league requirements. You know, obviously the most being Starcraft, but like if you're supposed to like keep your goal weight, you know, when you're like wrestling, you got to be like in the 150s or whatever. If there's
Like the divisions?
yeah, if you have to keep at gold because otherwise you won't be able to play at a certain point.
Sumo wrestlers. I wonder if they have that problem. Like, or do you just hit that threshold where you're like, okay, big. Like, just,
Yeah, just big.
there you go.
I don't know if they have weight. I think they do have weight leagues.
then- The follow-up would be, would a lightweight sumo wrestler still be heavier than a heavyweight non-sumo wrestler?
I don't know. Well, things to be answered later on in the day. Maybe. In the bottom left, his team is down 1-0. It is Nosneb for Utah Valley.